All right, Shalom Yashala, Call Halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Waharakak Wadash Brakathum. I like to give double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Achayon, pushing this truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth. And salutations to the select number of Aquat that they're listening. What what I'd like to get into is a simple fact that, hey man, people are becoming more demonic. The setting in America is just demonic, man. People have no regard for nothing, bro. The respect factor, and we get respect is earned, but I mean off bat, off rip, you tell someone something politely, not not anything close to condescending. Just let them know, hey, so and so, bro. You could tell someone, hey, boss, you dropped something. They look back at you with attitude. What? Well, what? You know what I'm saying? So we're coming to them times, man, that you're truly protecting your peace. I know that's been overused in in these times, but man, it's very understandable. You just want to protect your peace. Some people are considered what's that introvert, I think. Yeah, so it's like bro, can you blame people? Can you really blame people? People are people are wearing hey, I'm an asshole on my sleeve every day, which is detrimental to them, if anything. Nothing. I don't know what type of results they're expecting, but then too, they're demons. So demons gonna do what demons are gonna do. Okay. So just once again, this lesson is about the disregard for people, and it's also based off some information I received from a colleague about someone's home being vandalized and a TV being taken. Like, average TV in a home, if I'm not mistaken, gonna be about 50 to 65 inches, bro, in the US. I think. I just know, people just really don't, hey, I'm gonna get a small TV, possibly, if you have a small child or something in their room, you don't want, nothing crazy to flip the TV to flip over or not, be properly hung off the wall. But yeah, so a TV was taken. Okay. And then amongst other things, a lot of, the crime rate, because with the whole crime rate thing, if things don't happen for a little period of time or isolated situation, and it's like, let's say it was 54 murders last month, but this month is 52. It was 54 last month. This month is 52. That's like, hey, crime has gone down. Nah, the demons haven't. Now the demons are just lingering, man. They just marinating. Ain't shit went down, man. It's becoming more and more demonic. So let me get some scriptures. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Okay, destruction. Verse 15, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Hey, we seen the example of what? The Carmelo Anthony situation here in Dallas, Texas, right? Okay, it was a stabbing of a young man, was it Austin Metcalf and then Carmelo Anthony. I believe it happened in Frisco of last year, and deliberations had went out early this month, I think between 8th and 9th of this month. Okay, I believe Carmelo Anthony will be receiving 35 years or so forth. But see, that's just another prime example, man. That's just another prime example. So things are getting critical, man. And for the most part, everyone, man, is being looked at as a suspect and an enemy. I believe the apostles, bishops, and elders all agree. Okay, if you ain't a brother, get the hell out the way, man. But we do that with what? We do that with wisdom. We move with wisdom. Okay. We do that with wisdom. That's all you can use in this place, man. You'll just moving through society and navigating, man. You damn near, man. Be ready to catch a case, man, because people don't know how to talk to one another. I mean, people are very entitled. People are very rude on purpose. You know, hey, I'm an asshole. Let me wear it on my sleeve. And then when it goes checked, they play victim. You know, and that's the crazy thing. But that's what a demon does. Okay. Verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men. Okay. And invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay, so that in other words, that sedition is what? That sedition is a level of what? Rebellion. Okay. That sedition is division, and everything that's so called held up in America as morality, hey, that's being looked down upon. Like, man, I don't care about that. You got something I want, I'm taking it. That's people's mindset. That entitlement. You know, and that entitlement gonna get a lot of people judged. A lot of people getting judged off that entitlement, man. You know, you gotta move. It's like, man, we ain't shit. I don't deserve shit unless I work for it. Okay? But that's not everybody's mentality. Everybody's mentality is give me, man. And the Lord's gonna give you judgment, man. Verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Hey, all these data centers, all these smart cities, all this construction, man. Yeah, bro. E is being very calculated right now, man. Okay, that Communist Manifesto. You know, for bros who aren't on Akwath, for you Akyam who aren't familiar and you Akwath, it was basically the Communist Manifesto is about the oppressed and the oppressor. We know that to be E as the oppressor, and then what? The nations are oppressed under the rule of Esau, right? Okay. Hell, Esau oppresses his own people, man. Okay. So we see how everything is just, it's not a fine oil machine. Everything is just it's just it's just like, hey, however it operates, it operates. They don't care no more, man. Call Halal Yabashim Yashah for that, because we know this place is on its way out. You know, it's done. Okay, it's not the fine so-called oil machine it once was. It's just, hey, it's just operating at will, at risk. And Eda doesn't mind you falling in between the cracks. He never has. He upheld that so-called good guy image. You know, like, man, get the fuck out of here. Okay, verse 18. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Okay, so think about the fear or the anger and frustration that that person I made mention of earlier, right? You know, you waking up and your TV gone, bro. That actually happened to bros damn near 14 years ago as well. That happened to a brother in this camp. And matter of fact, that happened not in this camp, but that was a brother's vehicle that was stolen. So, you know, we're not, you know, we're not exempt, but Abba Ratazah, we're exempt from judgment that's coming to this place, man. Because that level of entitlement irks me, man. And you a piece of shit on top of that. Thou shalt not steal. You don't need that. You ain't work for it. Because once again, like I say, man, if it's some bag of chips or sandwich, you know, I'm not advocating theft or stealing, but like, hey, man, just, you know, even the store owners, when they catch some people, like, man, just get the hell out of here and don't come back, you know, type vibe. But guess what? Everybody ain't on that, man. And people are about to experience a lot of people's anger, hurt, and pain, and a lot of that's going to be taken out on one another. Is what the scripture is going into. Okay. Verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. That pretty much sums up the lesson. Okay. And also when the what's that the San Antonio Spurs and New York Knicks situation. It's like, bro, it's just a basketball game, and there was no pity. You sitting there trampling one another, ripping jerseys off people. You know, so all this is you know, Yahweh Bashem Yahshua will forever remain undefeated and always adds up. The math is perfect, man. And I mean that by saying prophecy, man. We're seeing this play out. Okay. So people are not, people are very, very bold. These, a lot of people are very bold now. I've seen law enforcement be kind as possible. Hey, what's like? I ain't even trying to arrest nobody. It could be an Edomite. It could be a Jacob. Hey, well, what's going on? People, you know what I'm saying? Start, those demons take over, and these people aren't using their judgment. That sedition, man. That sedition also comes in the form of fleshly. Okay, because you're not showing pity. You just gonna come in my crib, take my TV while my old lady or my child could possibly be here, or myself, or if no one's here, nigga, you have no business being in here. But through prophecy, we understand things to come, and these things do happen. Okay. Verse 20, behold, saith the Most High, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Libanus, to turn themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done to them. Okay. Is that not what we're seeing with with all these meetings, with all these different countries that Trump, is going to all these places, man? World War III has already popped off. Okay. So it's beautiful, man. It is beautiful. Okay. Because all this is going to come to a head, man. Especially the mistreatment of Jake. So it's just so much, man. It's nuances and it's layers, man, to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, man. All because how these nations have treated Jake as well. Also to the how Esau has treated the tribes of Yasharallah and so forth. So the Lord has with this World War III it's a gumbo, man. This World War III is a gumbo. A lot of stuff culminates, that you're like, man, I didn't, you don't think to, well, man, this is going to be added. This is going to be added. A gumbo, a stew, if you will. So, yeah, things are brewing and stewing, man. When it comes to this prophecy, man, the Most High is undefeated. We're seeing all this play out, And as you could tell, there's an annoyance in my voice just due to the fact I hate that people are so goddamn entitled and lazy. You know what I'm saying? I hate that. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Bros and sisters who watch my videos know it's one of my favorite scriptures, just due to the fact, like, what it is, bro. I always got to revert back to the scripture, man. This in Proverbs 20:3. I gotta revert to this because it's like, man, what it is. Don't want to act off on flesh. But it's like, damn, man, we know what it is, though. And for you to go into someone's home or to vandalize someone's vehicle or to steal anything that doesn't belong to you, that you don't need, you're marking yourself. That whole victim thing. No one cares. No one cares, man. And this is going, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, those demons who get judged, man. I don't care, man. Okay. You put yourself in a position to be a demon and think the world is just supposed to let you just lollygag through life and be a piece of shit. Nah, man. The Lord, as you can see, is putting an end to that, so a lot of demons are having their fun now. And so forth, so, the Lord gonna let them have their little bit, but the Most High is gonna have the last laugh, man. Because these demons are are moving with entitlement and no pity, man. So just be aware of that, Akyam. Just be mindful, where you're leaving your keys, locking your car, valued belongings, man. Just, like, to hell with it, because it's just material things. But, sometimes that could possibly put Jake in a bad place. You may need something in order to work. Okay? You may need something to, like, hey, well, I need this for my home and so forth. You could be out on your ass, man. You could, be catching up on so-called debt and paying your bills. Everybody ain't fortunate enough to replace this and that and so forth. Everybody may not have insurance on something, but that's just my, take on the whole, these scamming and kick door and niggas, basically. 2/3 thieves. I hate them with a passion, so that's just my take on that. And Abaratazah, this is edifying for the body. So once again, with that, call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Waharaka Kodash Brakathum. Once again, I'd like to give double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Akyam, pushing his truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth. And salutations to the select number of Aqua that are listening. Shalom.